Right. So you can see the inside of this. This is the tail stock, and that's where the quill goes in there. And you can see that hole there. It looks terrible. It needs a huge amount of deburring. And this is the part that supposedly goes in here, and you can see that sheared off, badly cut thing is supposed to squeeze, I guess, the quill when it's in there. You can just see the edge of it now. It's as you tighten at the top here, it's supposed to squeeze the quill down, and that's the threaded thing at the bottom where the handle, this thing, so this goes in here, and as you tighten it, what's supposed to happen is that it's supposed to get this piece of metal to make contact with the quill and slow it down. Now, a couple of problems. First of all, even when you push this thing in all the way in, it only gets about halfway down that hole. So I don't know whether that's enough to actually stop the quill. I don't think so. And to take this back out, I basically need to go in there with a screwdriver and pop it. But potentially it will work, because I suppose you could, if this squeezes all the way in, it'll go all the way in there. But first of all, I don't like that angle. That's terrible. So I'm gonna go and use the vise in the other shop and grind that down to something that's a bit more human. And if I get it wrong, I'm not too worried, because I've always got the other side of this that I can do another angle on. And also I've got to find a way to deburr that, because my deburring tool's not here yet. So I'll go and do that and come back. Actually, I'm going to show you one other thing. See, this is the quill. That's the index of the quill. Now, if I put it in there, so that bolt catches the key there. Once it's in, there is a tiny bit of play. It's not terrible, but it's not good either. So I'm going to see also about maybe changing that. We'll see. Bit more of a close-up. So that's the pin that goes into there, and you can see there's quite a bit of play laterally. If I just hold it stiff, it's not so bad. But it's not super bad, but it's not great either, and that could do with some squaring off as well. So I don't really want to create a threaded pin as my very first job, but I may have to. We'll see. And I'm back, and you can see a mild improvement. So first of all, this thing now goes pretty much all the way in if needed. And you can see there's a little step now, which is a lot cleaner than it was. And hopefully that now is able to lock the quill properly without damaging it. I'm going to do a quick test putting it in and see how that feels. If you're an actual machinist, look away now, because this will make you lose sanity points. Just like you guys make me lose sanity points by having to level that thing to like 1/10,000th of an inch. So this is how I'm deburring this while I await for my proper deburring tool. Again, as I said, if you're a machinist, look away. You'll probably be bleeding from the eyes if you keep watching. So, it's a Chinese lathe, and I'm using my many years in Africa to combat the quality issues by using African methods on Chinese equipment. I can speak with confidence because I do have that nationality as well. So there you go. Now, I'm sure you'll agree that's a perfect job of deburring. Looks something quite not as clean in the inside, but hey, we just need a little bit more of judicious application of this screwdriver slash improvised deburring tool, and I'm sure we'll get there real quick. I'm just gonna go off camera now and do some things that would make real machinists cry, and I'll be back in a second. And here is the newly ground down little part. You'll see I've tried to do a bit of chamfering there with what I did is I actually put the little grinding machine in the vise, and then I did this by holding it, which again, don't ever do what I do with health and safety stuff, but you can see that's a much cleaner and straighter surface, and it seems to be working quite well now, so we'll put it in. Alright, moment of truth. So this is indexed in. You can see it's pretty loose, and let's see what happens when I tighten this. That's pretty solid. Well, does not even play on the side, so I would say that's been a success despite my crude methods. So obviously once I get the deburring tool, I'll do a proper job on this, but that's already an improvement. And my theory is, sure, this is not perfect, it's not ideal, blah blah blah, but neither is this lathe the way it came out, so I reckon somewhat of an improvement is better than no improvement. And that's pretty much my attitude to most things. Remember the Pareto principle. 80% of the problems are caused by 20% of the issues, and vice versa. So if you fix 80% of something, you've done a pretty good job. And this is probably, I'd say, more than 80% from what it was, so I'm happy. Although I will do a better job once I get the deburring tools, and possibly I'll redo this pin as well, but that means I need to learn how to do threads, so that could be a while. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll give you another update once I've done more work on the tailstock and other bits and so on, and I'll show you the whole process.